You think you're feeding your baby right. You bought the organic yogurt. You chose the fruit pouch with the clean label. You skipped the junk food aisle completely. And yet, some of the foods you're most confident about may be quietly working against your baby's brain development right now. Not in obvious ways. Not in ways that make babies sick overnight, but in slow, invisible ways that shape taste, gut health, focus, emotional regulation, and learning for years. And here's the part most parents never hear. It's not one food. It's 7 common baby-safe foods that live in your pantry, diaper bag, or fridge right now. Before we go any further, this isn't fear-mongering, it's science. A 2023 review published in Nutrients examined infant diets and early neurodevelopment and found that ultra-processed foods in the first year of life were associated with poorer cognitive and metabolic outcomes later in childhood, even when calories were appropriate. In other words, what babies eat matters just as much as how much they eat. And the food industry knows this, but they also know how to make you feel safe. Words like organic, gentle, made for tiny tummies, pediatrician recommended. They sound protective, they sound responsible, but many of them are hiding the same problem: processed nutrition that looks healthy but doesn't build a developing brain. Let's walk through the 7 biggest offenders and exactly what to offer instead. 1. Rice cereal, the first food that builds nothing. For decades, rice cereal has been marketed as the perfect first food. Easy to digest, iron fortified, gentle on tiny stomachs. So why is it a problem? Because most rice cereal is almost pure starch. It breaks down rapidly into glucose, spiking blood sugar, just like sugar does, without delivering the fats, zinc, or bioavailable iron the brain actually needs. Even more concerning, multiple studies, including FDA monitoring reports, show that rice-based infant products frequently contain trace levels of inorganic arsenic, a known neurotoxin that accumulates from soil and water. Your baby's brain is growing at a rate that will never happen again. It doesn't thrive on quick carbs. It thrives on iron that reaches the brain, healthy fats for myelin formation, protein for neurotransmitter production. Rice cereal provides almost none of that. Think of it this way. You're trying to build a skyscraper with cardboard instead of steel. What to do instead? Start with iron-rich, real foods. Mashed lentils, egg yolk, pureed salmon or sardines. Add a little olive oil or avocado for fat. Same effort, completely different outcome. 2. Flavored baby yogurts, dessert. Wearing a lab coat. Yogurt can be incredible for babies, but the ones with fruit flavors, bright packaging, and cartoon mascots? They're usually sugar bombs. Many contain fruit concentrates or added sugars that rival ice cream ounce for ounce. Here's why that matters. A baby's gut microbiome is being programmed right now, and sugar feeds the wrong bacteria. Research published in Frontiers in Pediatrics shows that early sugar exposure alters gut flora in ways linked to inflammation, immune dysfunction, and emotional regulation later in life. The gut and brain communicate constantly via the vagus nerve. This is the gut-brain axis. When sugar crowds out beneficial bacteria, the effects go far beyond digestion. The fix is simple. Choose plain, full-fat yogurt. Add mashed banana or berries yourself. Now you control the sweetness, and your baby's gut stays balanced. 3. Fruit pouches, training the brain to crave sugar. Check your diaper bag. How many squeeze pouches are in there? They feel harmless. They feel convenient. They feel like survival tools on busy days. But most fruit pouches, even organic, no-added sugar ones, deliver high doses of concentrated fructose with no chewing required. This does 2 things. First, it trains the brain to expect intense sweetness. Appetite signals blur. Natural fullness cues weaken. Second, and this is rarely discussed, constant sucking bypasses chewing entirely. Chewing isn't optional. It's essential for jaw strength, tongue coordination, speech development. Speech-language pathologists increasingly warn that excessive pouch use is associated with delayed oral motor skills, which can affect articulation later on. Use pouches strategically, not habitually. Emergency food? Fine. Daily feeding? No. At home, use a spoon. Let babies feel texture. Mess means learning. 4. Whole grain baby crackers. Marketing, not nutrition. Parents say this all the time, but they're whole grain. Here's the truth. The whole grain label doesn't mean what you think it means. Most baby crackers and puffs are highly refined, made with seed oils, designed to dissolve instantly. They fill tiny stomachs fast, without delivering meaningful nutrition. And when a baby fills up on crackers, they skip protein, iron, fat. Worse, these textures teach preference for crunch over chew, making the transition to real food harder later. Better options: soft, steamed vegetables, avocado slices, scrambled egg strips. Messy? Yes. Developmentally essential? Absolutely. 5. Juice. Sugar water that crowds out iron. Even 100% fruit juice is a problem, because juice is fruit without fiber. That means rapid sugar absorption, fast blood sugar spikes, and empty fullness. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends no juice before 12 months, and for good reason. Iron deficiency in infancy is linked to slower cognitive development, reduced attention capacity, long-term learning challenges. Juice fills the stomach without feeding the brain. Skip it entirely. Offer water, breast milk, or formula. Whole fruit when ready. Your baby isn't missing anything, except sugar marketed as health. 6. Store-bought veggie pouches. Vegetables in name only. Spinach, kale, broccoli. They're on the label, but not in the formula. Most veggie pouches are fruit puree with a token amount of vegetables added for color and marketing appeal. Why this matters? Babies have a critical window for flavor learning. Bitter and savory flavors need to be introduced early. Studies in infant feeding show that early exposure to real vegetable flavors increases acceptance years later. When vegetables are always masked with fruit sweetness, babies never learn what vegetables actually taste like. That picky eater phase? Often not a phase, a missed window. Solution: make simple blends at home. Peas and carrots, sweet potato and spinach, lentils and zucchini. 10 extra minutes now saves years of food battles later. 7. Low-fat dairy, brain fuel removed. This one sounds healthy, but it's not for babies. Your baby's brain is built from fat, literally. Myelin, the insulation around neurons that speeds learning and focus, is made almost entirely of fat. When fat is removed from dairy, the most important nutrient disappears. For children under 2, always choose full-fat dairy, yogurt, cheese, whole milk when appropriate. Add more healthy fats, avocado, olive oil, nut butters when safe. Babies don't need calorie restriction, they need nutrient density. The big picture, and why this isn't about guilt. Let's recap. Rice cereal builds with starch, not structure. Flavored yogurt feeds the wrong bacteria. Fruit pouches train sugar dependence. Baby crackers crowd out real nutrition. Juice replaces iron-rich meals. Veggie pouches hide vegetables. Low-fat dairy removes brain fuel. But here's the most important part. This is not about shame. This is about power. You didn't fail. You were marketed to, and now you know. 3 principles that change everything. 1. Real food beats processed food. If it doesn't look like food, your baby's body doesn't know what to do with it. 2. Fat is brain fuel. Never reduce it in the first 2 years. 3. Let babies taste real flavors. Sweet doesn't need to dominate. This isn't perfection, it's awareness. And every meal from here forward becomes a quiet investment in your baby's brain, body, and future relationship with food. Now, if this made you uneasy, that's normal, because food isn't the only place where helpful labels hide harm. There are 7 nursery products most parents trust that may be doing the opposite. They're probably in your home right now. That video exposes them. Watch it before you